Hi, this is Dr. Rice from Town Animal Clinic. Today we wanted to talk a little bit about arthritis in dogs and cats. Most people recognize arthritis when their dog or their cat starts to limp, but there are other signs of that condition. For example, in cats, sometimes their inability to use the litter box can result in accidents in the house, and that can be the first sign of pain. In dogs, sometimes it's a personality change. Some dogs are really good at masking their illness, especially when they have chronic pain. But if they start to become more aggressive, tend to be more reclusive in the home, that can be a sign that something's bothering them and could be due to arthritis. There are also some things that look like arthritis that aren't, and the classic one is nerve problems in older dogs. Sometimes dogs will appear weak or painful in the hind end. People assume that it's their hips or their lower back that's bothering them, but sometimes it's due to lack of nerve function that's going to the rear legs, and they just don't realize where the rear legs are, or they have a hard time controlling them. So when you bring your dog into the clinic for an exam, we'll do certain tests that will help distinguish arthritis from neurologic problems, and that's important because pain medication won't help with the neurologic issues. But when we are confident that a dog has arthritis, there are different ways that we can treat that. One really important way, and it's really basic, is weight loss and trying to get to a normal weight. You can imagine that if you were carrying around a 20-pound backpack, that if you had a sore knee, it would be quite a bit more painful. Same thing with overweight dogs. If we can just get some weight off, sometimes that makes a huge difference as far as their mobility. The other thing that we encourage is regular exercise, but low impact exercise, things that will keep the dog limber and keep a good range of motion without stressing the joints. When it comes to medication, often people think of non-steroidal medications like aspirin. Of course, aspirin can be risky to use in dogs and particularly in cats, but there are non-steroidal medications that are very safe. In dogs, we use things like Previcox, for example, Rimadyl. You've probably heard of some of these medications. They're very commonly used long-term to control arthritic pain. In cats, the choices are more limited. Definitely speak to your veterinarian before you start anything like that. Glucosamine supplements like Dasequin, Cosequin are also important in long-term control of arthritis. They help with joint health. The mechanism by which they help is not as well understood, but we have a lot of anecdotal evidence that dogs benefit from those, and cats too. There are other pain medications as well, but one of the newest modes of treating dogs with arthritis, and cats too, that we're really excited about is laser therapy. This is our cold laser unit here. Cold laser is a little bit of a misnomer, but it's how people recognize this mode of therapy. Used by a lot of sports teams, physical rehabilitation, and more so lately in dogs and cats. Laser therapy basically helps stimulate the tissues through light waves, and it helps penetrate tissues down to the level of joints, tendons, muscles, and it can really make a big influence on dogs with chronic arthritis and cats with chronic pain as well. Here at Town Animal Clinic, we use this in a protocol that involves 3 treatments during the first week, 2 during the second week, and 1 during the final week, along with monthly follow-ups. And this can be an important aspect of helping to control arthritic pain as well. So if you have any questions about any of those treatments, feel free to give us a call at 703-777-6350. Again, this is Dr. Rice.